Alright, so I'm going to talk about some of the roles that I'm interested in to get my own self job ready, and to share what I know about these roles. And they're intentionally laid flat since I don't have much time. And the discussion on how each one of these are related to one another and the skill emphasis for one role compared to the other and what specific libraries or frameworks you use. I, I mean, at the end of the day, we're all really qualified to do any of these things if you have related tech or programming experience, and at that point you call yourself a software engineer. Once you have more, let's say, mathematics, or you're more interested in certain areas of the life cycle for a given, we'll say, technical product, um, you could then start looking into being a data engineer for those data pipelines if you like doing ETLs, ELTs. If you want to be more downstream, let's see, it's going to be, you know, upstream to downstream. You have your data engineer, um, sets up your database, and then other people like your data scientists or data analysts. You might have your ML engineers once they get the data queried and the data scientists prototype MVP, minimal viable product, proof of concept. Machine learning model, maybe they hand it off to machine learning engineers and they do a little bit of deployment, but then there's also your AI, ML ops, and unfortunately, there is a difference between regular DevOps, and that has to do with the data pipeline for machine learning model and the life cycle for that compared to, let's say, a data analyst doing um, dashboarding and going back to the business and having more of a business facing role than, let's say, back end facing. And in software engineering, building upon the data queries or not, you would be building apps on top of the data that you're using. Whether or not that's with or without AI, nowadays people are doing AI engineering. And it's the same rationale. Um, this is effectively you take a product, you deploy it, and you do that at scale. And supposedly the emphasis for this role, the ops role, would be to continue to monitor the performance of the model itself, give feedback upstream to respective groups, and their job function to effectively be responsible for the maintenance of whatever problem is happening with the business. And so whenever there's a business need, they'll call upon you for the skills because you are the solution. That's not to say a software engineer can't do these other roles. That's the case in my position. I came in as a biochemical engineer, but quickly realized the business need was a data engineer. So my software engineering career took a hold because from data engineering, the business need then transitioned more into data analysis. I do a little bit of data science work, but what's viable in the future may not be viable now if you don't have the privilege to, well, privilege or bandwidth, or business need in my case, to do exploratory data analysis for future engineering to make a model and then to deploy it at scale and to monitor the performance and improve it and iterate on it. The business just needed a dashboard just to monitor what's going on to make informed business decisions. More recently, based on the data that's available to me, now there's a bit of interest in automation through applications, whether that's through agents or some other AI tooling use. Nowadays, I am using Cloud Code and other agentic coding tools. Codex is another one, and OpenCode. Not quite there yet, but ops. But at the end of the day, you're providing skills for the business need, and those will be advertised by role.